What's up everybody, it's Tyler from Second Glass, and this week we're doing Italian red wines. So Wine Rye Boston was just a couple days ago, and without a doubt one of the most popular crash courses I've been teaching. It's called How to Order Italian Wines Like a Boss. So this week I figured I'd turn that crash course into a wine of the weekend. So if you drink wine, you're gonna come across Italian wines. It's like a huge, massive wine producing country. They make wines with over 400 different grapes. The labels are horribly confusing, but I have a few tricks to make it really easy. The first wine we're doing this week is Chianti. If you've never heard of Italian wines or you don't really know any off the top of your head, chances are you've probably heard of Chianti. It comes from the Tuscany region, and Chianti is actually a place, it's a region. Main grape they grow there is called Sangiovese. It's kind of light for a red wine, super easy to drink, it's nothing too fancy, and it goes with exactly the kind of food you think it would go with. Like spaghetti and meatballs, pizza, pasta, eggplant parmesan, those kind of things. So you can pick up bottles for between, $6 and $20 depending on quality, but you're gonna get this really simple yet really delicious kind of fruity red wine. Great for food. Next wine we're doing is a Barbera, and this comes from the Piedmont region, which is in the northwestern part of Italy. And they come from kind of two regions. You'll always see Barbera d'Asti or Barbera d'Elba. And those are two regions within Piedmont that are basically right next to each other. Barbera is a grape. It's a little bit more fruity, a little bit more bold than the Chianti, but it's on every list, it's in every store. You can always find one, and they're usually pretty solid and not that expensive. Think, 10 to 18 bucks. And it's really good with meats, cheeses, pretty universal, awesome red wine. Next up is a wine called Nebbiolo, or at least that's the name of the grape. And Nebbiolo is used to make these really fancy, expensive wines called Barolo, which you can buy them. They're like 80 bucks a bottle. So what we're talking about is that's a kind of like younger brother. It's a little bit fruitier, but it's meant to be drank now instead of aged for like a bajillion years. It's bold, it's deep, it's rich. It's good with grilled meats, like heavier dishes. So if you're looking to get a great wine but not spend a ton of money, Nebbiolo is what you're looking for. What if I told you there was a red wine that's slightly fizzy, it's dry, and you drink it cold? It's called Lambrusco, and it comes from the Emilia-Romagna region, which you might not have heard of, but you've definitely heard of things that come from this region. Parmesan cheese comes from here, balsamic vinegar comes from here, and Ferrari, Ducati, and Lamborghini, they all have their factories here. And typically they just drank all this wine themselves in this region, but they started exporting it. And it's great for the summer because it gets really hot out, and you drink white wine all summer because you don't want to drink like a heavy tannic red. And then you're kind of like, man, I wish I could drink some red wine. This is the wine for you. And it's not full sparkling. The Italians call it frizzante. It's like half sparkling, but it's a really great, dry, bold, kind of juicy wine. Have it with pizza, have it with cheese, take it on picnics, and it's only like $8 to $15. They're usually really affordable. So go out, grab some of these wines. You can take a little mini tour of Italy, and afterwards, you'll be an Italian wine buying pro.